Namaste everyone, welcome to the class. This is Rajesh. In this lecture we are going to learn about banking system. The learning objectives are, after studying this chapter, you should be able to state the meaning of bank and banking, discuss or describe the types of bank, explain the functions of commercial bank, and discuss the type of bank accounts. I hope you have visited your nearby bank. You know what the bank is doing. Yes, so whenever we have extra amount or excess money, what we do? We generally save them in bank. We or our family members, they go and save that money in bank. Why they are saving that money in bank? Okay. Two reasons. One is that we get interest on whatever amount we are putting in the bank. Second, it provides safety to our money. Yes. Secondly, whenever we require some money, okay, whenever we need some money like for purchasing any house or for some any other purpose, what we do? We go to bank and take a loan from the bank. Right, and then we repay that loan, okay, slowly. For that, bank charges interest to us. Okay, in mathematics we have learned one topic called compound interest. So that interest or compound interest is majorly related with this banking system. So this is one aspect of banking where we see how these bankings are useful in our daily life. Now let us see in detail what we mean by bank or banking system. Banking is an important branch of commerce, and banks are essential commercial institutions which facilitate trade. So here, with respect to commerce, banking system, it facilitate trade. Trade means what? Trade means purchase and sale. Okay. So this banking system, it is an commercial institute. It is a commercial institute. Now commercial institute means it is one organization, okay, which facilitate trade. Bank occupy an important position in the modern business world. No country can make commercial and industrial progress without a well organized banking system. By providing facilities for deposits, bank encourage the habit of saving among the people. They mobilize a small saving and channelize them into productive use. They provide facilities for safe custody, investment and transfer of money. Bank provide both short-term and long-term finance to businessmen. The credit policy of the bank determine the level of economic activities in the country. Okay, so let us see one by one what we are discussing. So first, what it said, that no country can make commercial and industrial progress without a well organized banking system. So this statement itself indicate how important this banking system is. Okay, if there is no well defined or organized banking system in your country, then it is very difficult for your country to make commercial and industrial progress. Commercial progress means in terms of commerce, in terms of business, and industrial progress in terms of producing different types of goods and services. By providing facilities for deposit. Now what bank are doing? So they are providing facilities for deposits. Bank encourage the habit of saving among the people. Now as bank provide interest, so what happens? We generally try to save the money and put it in bank. So it encourages the habit of saving among the people. They mobilize a small saving and channelize them into productive use. Now what banks are doing? Banks are collecting this small saving from individuals, and thus they have good amount of money, and then they use that good amount of money for some productive use. They provide facilities of safe custody. Now they provide facility of safe custody. So our money is safe in banks. Okay, if you put the money in our house, then there are chances of theft, So we put these amounts in bank. So they provide facilities of safe custody, investment and transfer of money. Bank provide both short-term and long-term finance to businessmen. Now bank provide both short-term and long-term finance. So for a businessman, there are sometimes money required for short-term, means for let us say 3 months or 4 months. An organization require some amount of money. So this is called short-term finance, and sometimes companies require money for long-term, like say few years, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year and so on. The credit policy of bank determine the level of economic activities in the country. Now the credit policy of the bank, so policy means some rules. Okay, credit policy of bank means rules related with credit, rules related with how the banks give money. Okay, it determines the economic activities in the country, how the country is going to perform, right? So in short, we have seen what is a bank and what different functions the banks are doing. Now let us see meaning of the bank and banking. A bank may be defined as a company which collect money from public in the form of deposit and lend the same to the borrowers. So it's very simple. What you mean by a bank and banking? So what is bank and banking? So bank and banking is nothing but bank may be defined as company. It is a company which collect money from public in the form of deposits. So it collect money from the public in the form of deposits. So we are depositing and that money bank is collecting and lend the same to borrowers. And lend, that means it gives the same money to the borrowers, that means who are needing the money. So it is collecting money who has excess money or who are not requiring money at a particular time, and then giving that money to someone who need it. It is an institution that provides facilities of safekeeping, lending and transfer of money. According to Banking Regulation Act 1949, banking means the accepting for the purpose of lending or investment of deposits of money from the public, repayable on demand or otherwise, and withdrawal by check, draft, order or otherwise. So this is the definition which is according to Bank Regulation Act 1949. So Bank Regulation Act 1949, there are some rules and regulations, laws we can say. Okay, act generally we say. So 1949, this is a Banking Regulation Act, and in that Banking Regulation Act they have given definition for banking. What they define? That banking means accepting for the purpose of lending or investment. So these are the institutions who are accepting the money. And for what they are accepting the money? They are accepting the money for the purpose of lending, for the purpose of giving or investment of deposit of money from the public. So what the banks are doing? They are accepting money from the public. Okay, are deposits of the public, they are doing deposits of money of the public. They are accepting the money from the public and they are giving those money to persons or to organizations for investment, means who require it for investment. Repayable on demand or otherwise. Now this money which we are putting in the bank, we can anytime ask the bank to give us our money. So we can demand, we can withdraw. So withdrawal by check, draft, order or otherwise. So we can withdraw our money with the help of check, or we can withdraw our money with the help of draft or order, or otherwise means there are other instruments by which we can withdraw our money. So according to Banking Regulation Act 1949, we can say that banking means the accepting for the purpose of lending or investment. So for the purpose of lending or investment means they are giving or investing of deposit of money from the public. So public money they are accepting for the purpose of lending or investment. Repayable on demand or otherwise. And this money is repayable on demand or otherwise, and withdrawal by check, draft, order or otherwise. And we can withdraw our money with the help of check, draft, order or otherwise, by any other means. So this is a definition of banking. You must remember this definition of banking. Now, banks are sometimes described as dealers in money and credit because bank accept deposit from the public and lend money. So banks are sometimes described as dealers in money and credit because bank accept deposits from the public and lend money. When a bank accept a deposit, it purchase money at a certain rate of interest. When it lend money, it sell money at a higher rate of interest. The difference is its profit. So when bank is accepting money, means when we are going and deposit money in bank, then in one way we can say that bank is purchasing our money, okay, with some interest. With some interest, that means they are purchasing our money, and for that they are giving us interest. Okay, definitely they will give us our own money plus interest. And what they are doing with that money, they are selling those money to others. They are lending that money and they are again accepting interest for that. So they are selling at higher rate of interest. So they are accepting money from us at certain rate of interest, and they are giving that money to someone else at higher rate of interest, and the difference of it is their profit. For example, say I go and deposit 100 rupees in ICICI Bank. Okay, so ICICI Bank has purchased my 100 rupees, right? In one way I can say that they have purchased. Now let us say they are giving 6% rate of interest. That means on 100 rupees after 1 year I will get 6 rupees. That means if after 1 year I ask bank to repay my amount, then they are going to repay me 106 rupees. Now what they are doing with that 100 rupees? What they are doing? They are lending that 100 rupee to someone else at higher rate. Let us say they are lending that money at 10%. So say I have deposited and Mr. X has accepted that money from the bank. That means Mr. X has taken loan at 10% rate. Bank is giving me 6% and bank is charging 10% from Mr. X. So at the end of 1 year what will happen? Mr. X will repay bank rupees 110 because bank has given 100 rupees. Now from that 110 rupees, bank will repay me 106 rupees because bank promised me to give 6% rate of interest. So after 1 year what happened? From Mr. X, bank has received 110 but bank has given me 106 rupees. So the difference is of rupees 4. This rupees 4 is the profit of bank for doing all this work. What work bank has done? Bank has accepted money from me where money is not required at that particular time to me, therefore I deposited that money in the bank, and then bank has given that money to someone else who is in need, and thus by doing this operation bank earn 4 rupees in 1 year. This is on rupees 100. Like that many people deposit large amounts and thus banks are earning lot of money during the year. This is one way how bank are earning. Now bank is an establishment which make to individuals such advances of money as may be required and safely made, and to which individual entrust money when not required by them for use. Now here there are various economists, they define banking systems, okay, and then in their own ways. So we have few definitions given by a few economists. Okay, you must go through these definitions, okay, and understand what according to different person, okay, this banking system is. Okay, so first is Kingsley. Bank is an establishment which make to individual such advances of money as may be required and safely made, and to which individual earns money when not required by them to use. So what this statement is saying, that those persons who are not requiring money at that time, they are depositing that money with the bank. So bank is taking money from those who are not require those money at that time, and it is advancing that money to the person who are requiring it. And this whole process is done safely, right? So this banking system is very safe. when bank lends some money to someone, it is in a safe way. Okay, there is no possibility or very less possibility of some corruption or some kind of what we can say, the theft. So this is according to Kingsley. Now R.P. Kent. According to R.P. Kent, an organization whose principal operations are concerned with the accumulation of temporarily idle money of the general public for the purpose of advancing to the other for expenditure. Now, according to R.P. Kent, bank is an organization whose principal operation means whose main operation is concerned with accumulation of temporarily idle money of the general public. So general public, they have idle money, they have money which they are not using. So bank, what they are doing, they are accumulating those monies. They are accumulating those money from the general public who does not require at that time, and advancing to the other for expenditure, and giving that money to other who require this money for some expenditure. According to Crowther, the bank's business is to take the debt of other people to offer his own in exchange and thereby create money. Okay, so this definition is little complicated. The banker's business is to take the debts of the other people. Okay, take the debts of the other people to offer his own in exchange and thereby create money. So in short means this also in simple way it means that they are lending money to others who are requiring. Okay, they are collecting that money from someone else. Thus a bank is an institution which accepts deposits from the public and advances loan. So this is in short what all these economists want to say, that bank is an institution which accepts deposit from the public and advances loan. So what bank is doing? Bank is accepting deposit from public. Okay, so persons like you and me, okay, who has some money, idle money, which we are not going to use, okay, at that particular time, which we want to save. So bank is accepting that money, that is called deposit, and then it is advancing loan. That means the bank is giving loan to other persons. Okay, it purchases and sells money. So in one way we can say that bank is purchasing and selling money and transact other related business. A bank is different from other financial institutions which may accept deposit and make advances, but they cannot create credit. A bank is different from other financial institutions. So like bank, there are many other financial institutions which may accept deposit and make advances, but they cannot create credit. Okay, so here they cannot create credit. Credit facility is like giving loan, something like loan. Now types of bank. Okay, banks are of the following type. So in this passage what we have done here, the main point to understand is that what is banking or banks? They are organizations who are accepting the idle money with the people, and those money then banks are giving to other persons as a loan who are in need or who require those money for some expenditure or some business. Okay, now banks, we have categorized banks in the following type. So banks are of the following type. First is central bank. The central bank of the country serves as the leader of the banking system and the money market. So central bank of any country is what? It is the leader of the banking system. Okay, so the main bank of the country is your central bank. Every country has a central bank which regulates money supply and credit with the help of government. So the main function of this central bank is to regulate the money supply in the market. So how much money should be there in the country, how much money should be circulated, that is decided by the central bank, and for that they do some actions. Okay, it exercises supervision and control over all other bank in the country. Now the other function of central bank is that it supervises other banks, whether other banks are doing their work properly or not. So this is the function of central bank. Now the Reserve Bank of India is the central bank of our country. So as far as India is concerned, for India the central bank is Reserve Bank of India. I hope you have heard this name, Reserve Bank of India, in newspapers or in televisions in news. It acts as the banker's bank. Banker's bank means, as for us we have banks, so for banks also there is one bank, that is banker's bank. So Reserve Bank of India, it is acting as a banker's bank, means whatever operation we are doing with our bank, the same operation banks do with the Reserve Bank of India. It carries out the country's monetary policy. It occupies a central position in the banking system of the country. So central bank, every country has their own central bank. For India, Reserve Bank of India is a central bank. Now this central bank is the leader of all the banks. This central bank is the bank of all the banks, okay, and its main purpose is to control the supply of money in the country. Its main function is to regulate the work of other banks, okay. Now second type of banks are commercial bank. Commercial bank, these are joint stock banks which receive deposit from the public and business firms. So commercial banks, they are the banks who receive money from the public, okay, and business firms, yes, business firms, they are also depositing their money, they are saving their money. They also provide short term and medium term loan to customers, and what they are doing, they are providing short term and medium term loans to the customer. These banks carry on all kind of banking functions within the framework of Banking Regulation Act 1949. So whatever rules and regulations are framed by Banking Regulation Act, within those rules and regulations banks are carrying their function. Commercial banks are classified into broad categories, scheduled and non-scheduled bank. So for commercial bank we have two broad category, one is scheduled bank and other is non-scheduled bank. Scheduled banks are those included in the second schedule of the Reserve Bank of India Act. So banks which are included in the second schedule of Reserve Bank of India, they are called scheduled bank. Commercial banks not included in this schedule are non-scheduled bank, and those banks which are not included in this list. So in short, what you understand, that there is a list with Reserve Bank of India. Now the banks which are listed in that list, they are called scheduled bank, and those who are not listed, they are called non-scheduled bank. Now let us understand this central bank and commercial bank with the help of following differences. So we will get a clear idea about central bank and commercial bank with the help of following differences. Now the point of difference, first is status. Central bank, it is the apex institution of the country's monetary and banking structure. Now apex means this is at the top level, okay, this is at the top level, means central bank, it hold the top position in banking structure. For commercial bank, it is one of the organ of the money market, so this is not the top position. So this is status. Ownership, central banks, it is owned by the government, and commercial bank, it is owned by shareholders. So there are shareholders who own commercial bank, and central bank, it is owned by government. Objective, for what we have made this central bank, so its objective is non-profit institution, means the main function of central bank is to work for the organization and not to earn a profit. And for commercial bank, its main function is to earn profit, so it is a profit making institution. Now customers, okay, it is banker to the government, so its main customer is government, it is banker to the government. Commercial bank, it is banker to general public. Issue of notes, it has a monopoly of note issue. Note issue means the currency, okay, so the currency which is in circulation, they are made by, or they are manufactured, you can say, okay, they are printed, the better word, they are printed by the central bank. And commercial bank, it cannot issue note but only check. So commercial bank, what they are giving? They are giving us checks. Okay, they cannot issue notes. Credit control, it control credit according to country's need. So credit control means we can say that money control. So as per country's need, this central bank, it controls the credit. Commercial bank, it create credit to meet the need of business. Commercial bank, what they are doing? They are providing loan, and by that they are creating credit. Number, every country has only one central bank. So central bank is one in number in the country, and there are several commercial banks in the country. For commercial bank, so there is no limit. There are many commercial banks. Foreign exchange, it is custodian of country's foreign currency reserve. So country's foreign currency, every country has good amount of foreign currency. So it is custodian, means country keep its foreign currency with the central bank. And in commercial bank, it is the dealer in foreign currencies. Bankers bank, it is dealer, means we can exchange foreign currencies with commercial banks. Like if I have dollar, I can exchange those dollar for rupees or for euros. Bankers bank, now central bank, it is bankers bank, as it keep their cash reserve, grant financial accommodation and clears their balances. And here it receives deposit from and grant loan to the public. It receives deposit from and grant loan to the public. So bankers bank, commercial bank, they are accepting deposits from public and they are granting loan. And here central bank, they are bankers bank, so they keep cash reserves of the banks and grant financial accommodations and clear their balances. So they are doing these activities with the bank. Role, it help in setting up financial institutions to strengthen money and capital market in the country. So central bank, it help in setting the financial institutions like other banks and capital market in the country. And the commercial bank, it help industry and commerce by providing finance and other services. Distinction of the chief executive, it is chief is called governor. Okay, the head of central bank is called governor and its chief executive is called chairman. So for commercial bank we have chairman and for central bank we have governor. So these are 11 points of distinction. You must remember all these 11 points. In India, commercial banks are owned and controlled by government, private businessmen and foreign businessmen. So private banks, there are few private banks which are controlled by government, there are few private banks which are controlled by private businessmen and few are controlled by foreign businessmen. State Bank of India and Bank of Baroda are the examples of public sector bank. Global Trust Bank and the Bank of Rajasthan are the example of private sector bank. And Citibank, ANZ, Grindlays Bank and American Express Bank are the examples of foreign bank. State Bank of India is the largest commercial bank of our country. So here we have seen the examples where the owners are government, are some private businessmen, are some foreign businessmen. Now third category of the bank is, third type of the bank is industrial bank. Now first we have seen central bank, second we have seen what we can say commercial bank, and third is industrial bank. These banks provide finance to industrial concerns for medium term and long term period. So these are banks especially made for industries. So they provide medium term and long term loans for industries. They also purchase and underwrite shares and debentures of industrial enterprise. They also provide managerial and technical advice and assistance to industries. These banks are also called development bank or development financial institutions. So as they are helping in development, these banks are also called development banks or development financial institutions. Industrial banks Industrial Development Bank of India, that is IDBI. You have heard this name, IDBI? Okay. A Small Industrial Development Bank of India, that is SIDBI. Industrial Finance Corporation of India, that is IFCI, are some examples of Industrial Development Bank in our country. Each state in India has its own state financial corporation. Industrial bank plays a vital role in industrial development of the country. So the main function of these industrial banks is to provide financial support to the industries, to provide advice to the industries. We have seen some example like IDBI, IFCI, they are the examples of industrial bank. Now fourth is merchant bank. Merchant bank, these banks perform merchant banking function such as underwriting of securities. Securities means shares. Okay. These banks, merchant bank, these banks perform merchant banking function such as underwriting securities. They serve as issue house, underwriters, lead managers, brokers, etc. for companies which issue shares and debentures. SBI Capital Market is an example of merchant bank. So merchant bank means these are the banks which are related with activities related with share market or related with shares of the companies. Fifth category of bank is exchange bank. These banks provide foreign currency and other related facilities to importers and exporters. So importers and exporters, they need foreign currency. So there are exchange banks which provide these foreign currencies. They buy and sell foreign exchange and specialize in financing foreign trade. They are also called foreign exchange banks. These banks are rendered certain services such as collecting and supporting information about the foreign customers, remittance of fund from the country to another, etc. The Export-Import Bank of India was established on January 1, 1982 with the purpose of promoting financing and facilitating export and import of goods and services. It provides expert advice, viability studies, trade information and other facilities so as to promote the country's foreign trade and commerce. So exchange bank, what they are doing? They are helping those companies who are in the business of importing and exporting. So the countries who are in the business of importing and exporting, they need foreign currency, they need information about foreign currency, their rates, and all these functions are handled by exchange banks. So EXIM, EXIM, Export-Import Bank of India. This is one establishment, this is one organization which is facilitating as exchange bank. Now for agricultural activities, we have agricultural bank. These banks provide medium term and long term loan to the farmers against the security of loan, against the security of land. They are therefore called land development banks. Agricultural banks also provide loan for permanent improvement in agricultural land. Commercial banks, regional rural bank and agricultural cooperative banks provide short-term loan to the farmers. The National Bank of Agriculture and Rural Development provide refinance facilities to all types of banks which give loan to agriculture. NABARD. So NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. They provide refinance facility to all types of bank which give loan to agriculture. So there are banks which are giving loan to agriculture. So to those banks, requirement of money is fulfilled with this NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. Now the seventh category, seventh type is cooperative banks. These banks are organized by the people with limited means for their mutual benefit. So some people, they come together and they start one bank, so that is called cooperative bank. These are organized and managed on cooperative basis. They accept a deposit from a grant loan to their members at a concessional rate of interest. Such banks are found in both rural and urban areas. So one example I can give you, that if suppose you have few friends, 15-20 friends, so what they can do, they can collect their individual money and they can form one bank for themselves, and that bank will provide money to the member of its bank, like you 10-15 people. If anyone require more money, so that bank which you collectively created, that bank will give money to that particular person. So this is called cooperative bank. So here people, they are coming together and they are forming bank for their own benefit. Cooperative bank also encourage theft among their members. What they said, cooperative bank also encourage theft among their members. In rural areas, there are agricultural cooperative bank which accept deposit and give loan to the farmers and rural artisans. In urban areas, cooperative bank accept deposit and grant loan to their members. There is a state cooperative bank in every state of India with the branches at the district level. A district level cooperative bank called Central Cooperative Bank has its branches in rural and urban areas in district. Delhi State Cooperative Bank is an example. So for these cooperative banks, there is a head cooperative bank, okay, which is in the state at some central locations. Now next category is post office saving banks. So post office serves as a saving bank for the benefit of general public. These banks accept various types of deposit from the public and allow interest to those deposits. Generally, restrictions are placed on the number of amount of withdrawal during a month. Saving bank encourage saving and thrift. They collect the small saving of the people but do not advance loans. Now this post office what they are doing, they are collecting money from the people, okay, they are accepting it and in return they are giving them interest. Now they are not providing loan facility. Ninth is indigenous banks. These are money lenders in the village and small towns. So indigenous banks, what they are doing, they are lending money in small villages and small towns. They accept deposit from and grant loan to the farmers, artisans and local traders. They also deal in hundis. They generally charge high rate of interest. They may carry a commercial activity along with the banking business. They issue negotiation and discount hundis etc. as commission agents. They are known by different names, example Mahajan, Seth, Sahukar, Saraf, etc. The bankers play an important role in financing local trade in country. Commercial banks perform the following functions. Now these are 9 categories, okay, 9 categories. What are those 9 categories? Let us revise and understand their meaning one by one. So first we have seen there is a central bank. Central bank, it is at the apex level, it is the bankers bank, it is the leader of bank, it is a non-profit organization where its main motive is not to earn a profit but to facilitate, okay, trade facilities in the country, to facilitate to do some social work in the country, okay. This is banker of government, we can say, and it controls the activities of the other bank, okay. It controls the supply of money in the market. Then second category is commercial bank. Commercial bank are those banks where we go and keep our money, where we deposit our money, and those banks lend those monies to someone else who are in need. So they are commercial banks. Next we have industrial banks. Now industrial banks, their main purpose is to provide money to industries for their growth, okay. They also provide advices. Fourth is merchant bank. Now the main purpose of merchant bank, the main function of merchant bank is to underwrite securities. Now to underwrite securities means to purchase shares, okay, to purchase shares. If the shares are not purchased by the public, then these banks, they purchase shares. So mainly they are related with the money market, they are related with the share market, right. Now then we have exchange bank. The main function of exchange bank is to provide exchange of different currencies like dollar with some other currency. So they are related with import export type of business. Then we have agricultural bank. Now agricultural bank are especially meant for agricultural activities. So they are providing loan to small farmers. They are providing loans. They are accepting money from, you can say, from farmers. So agricultural bank mainly they provide loan to the to farmers on their land. Means you have to keep, farmer have to keep their land as a security and they can take money. Now NABARD, there is a National Bank for Agricultural and Rural Development which provide refinancing facility to these agricultural bank. Then we have cooperative bank. Now cooperative bank means what? There are few people, means they come together. There are few people who come together and they form bank among themselves by collecting money among themselves, and then they refinance those money. They give that money to someone in that group who need it. So this is cooperative bank. Now there are various cooperative banks in small towns, in big towns, okay, in villages, and there is one head cooperative bank to all these cooperative banks which is at the state level. Then we have post office saving schemes. Now post office saving banks, these are again post office, okay, here it is a post office who is acting as a bank, means they are accepting saving of the people, okay, and giving them interest on those savings. Now here they are not lending that money, they are not giving loan to others. And then finally we have indigenous bank. Now here indigenous banks means small money lenders in villages like Sahukar, we know Sahukar, okay. What they do, they provide money to the farmer, okay, again they take security of their land or something, right. So their again work is to provide loan to small farmers and they charge interest for that. So in this lecture I think we should stop here, right. We have seen different types of bank, okay. We have mainly seen the difference between central bank and commercial bank. We have seen the meaning and definition of banking system and bank, right. So in next lecture we are going to see various functions of the commercial bank, okay. Thank you.